Yeah, good morning, MarketChameleon.com. I'm Adam. That's Will. What's up, brother?
What's with the late start this morning? Were you
Oh,
all
man.
Game of Thrones out?
I was so
Did you
tired from that big night last night. No spoilers, though, because a lot of people haven't watched it, man. No spoilers,
did,
dude.
did you and Jay get together and share some popcorn after that great?
Anybody who missed it, we had a premium members only webinar last night. Good stuff last night. We're doing more of those, so become a premium member. Click the subscribe button if you're on Market Chameleon. Top right-hand corner, just click that subscribe button. Try us for free. You catch all that premium content. If you're on YouTube, click the subscribe button. Tick that bell. You catch us live here every morning, Monday through Friday. I have a feeling today is going to be an interesting day, huh, brother?
I have no idea. What did Jay say about today?
Why don't you go ahead and share your screen, Will? Everybody remember, option trading is risky. All trading's risky.
Is what they say.
Can you get rid of my face there, brother?
No way.
No
Love
way.
that face. I'm still trying to get this tech right
Yeah,
here.
get your tech right, man.
Can't get the tech right,
Dude,
at
I
all.
love your screensaver back there, man. That's nice.
You do?
What do we got
All right,
going on? We
face
got
is
some
out.
Trump tweets.
2 tweets this weekend have affected the day. China has been paying tariffs. I mean, basically, he's saying there's about $325 billion more dollars in product. Sure, coming, yeah, and listen, the markets have been on a nice run. So I guess basically he's like, you know what? I've got a lot of real estate here. Let me put a little more pressure on them. I get because the Chinese markets are down like 7% overseas. So it's we're down about 1+ here.
By the way,
He
I
didn't
love
like,
how the bottom one is about the Kentucky Derby.
yeah, he didn't like that
I love
decision.
his tweets are like, world trade shall be blah, blah, blah. And oh, by the way, the Kentucky Derby.
He does not like that the Derby was decided up in the booth upstairs. Who even knew there was a booth upstairs when they were
No
making
idea,
this
man.
decision?
Nobody. Who knew?
Anyway, so one of the I love the Tesla of China, Neo. I've been, it's in my idea list, and it's down. It's getting near its lows again. So that's something I'm going to keep my eye on. But there are a bunch of Chinese stocks. I did a screen for JD Uniface. It's down in the pre-market too. Probably my guess would be about 5%. Let's take a look.
Mm-hmm.
Five.
So you're a buyer of Neo?
I'm going to keep my
You're
eye
not
on it.
You're not a buyer. You're a watcher.
Tends to be you end up you can be like a deer in the headlights staring at these stocks. And
Look, man, I'm like this, man. I learned my lesson in the video game business. If you think the second console is going to be the winner, you're wrong, man. The first console, the best console, the original console, the console everybody buys, that's the winner. So who are you going to pick? You're going to pick Tesla or Neo?
I'm going with Neo. Neo.
Yeah, bad choice, my friend. Bad choice.
That's a bad choice. You prefer the Tesla?
Yeah. Not to say you can't make money, but is that thing going to be the winner long term? No way. Not a chance. Zero.
I'm going to give you a guess. What color is the standard Tesla, do you think?
Black.
Yes. Wow, you've done your research. You've done your Tesla research.
He's very he likes to lean towards history.
In that all the original cars were black?
No, the Model Ts, man, all black. You got your choice. As long as you want black, you're good.
Yeah.
That's why you saw there's a super premium. You want to get a different color, it's quite a bit more. It's not like it's $100 more. It's thousands
jumps
more.
in $2,000 increments.
Yeah. If you want red, red is like $10,000.
I think you have to go with the black, particularly if you're a collector. You want to keep the black when those. And I love the fact that he played. Well, whatever.
What, man? Speak, bro.
I'm not saying it was an homage to DeLorean, but you do love the fact that one of the Teslas have those doors that.
You like the wings.
The butterfly doors or whatever. What do they call them? Are they the butterfly
wings?
doors?
I have no idea. Somebody chime in. I have no idea what they call. I'm sure there's a specific name. Hawk's
but
wings.
Anyways, who cares about Tesla? Because I love Neo at $4.50.
I just will. It's only $4. I can buy thousands of shares.
Did you disclaim and disclose this morning?
I did.
Yeah. So
be careful out there, everybody.
Everyone should not go with Neo. That's for sure.
Will and I have both lost fortunes on Chinese companies, so be careful out there.
We're the only two Americans who were the earliest investors in Chinese internet and lost 100% of our investment, right down to zero.
Wrote it to zero.
So, anyways, JD Uniface, a lot of opportunities in bearish spreads with theoretical edge, win rates, upside cushion, return if the stock sits. Some real nice returns, actually. And if it goes lower, you're going to make more. It turns out my watch lists, I've never built a watch list on this options report in China. You want to take some time and build a watch list, or should we just
No.
roll forward? All right.
People know how to make a watch list now. If you guys don't know how to make a watch list, that's fine.
Anyone?
Go ahead, search watch list, Market Chameleon on YouTube. We have a how-to super easy to build watch lists on the Chameleon.
Or contact Adam directly at his personal email, and he will walk you right through it.
I'll do a walkthrough with you.
But anyways, I did screen. There are a lot of ETFs. If you want to take an ETF position, I went to the stock screener and screened the China region, and they all popped up.
Wow, I didn't even know that was possible on the screener. Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That screener's sick, man.
It is. Another Chinese company I checked out, C-Strip, and there were a bunch of opportunities in that too. CTRP.
Man, you're bringing these people. I don't even know these companies here.
It was down more earlier, but it's down 3.9% now.
I heard, what was the market down? China was down like 4% or some crazy amount.
No, 7%.
7? Oh my God,
index,
it got up to. I was watching on Twitter. It was up to 4 when I was on Twitter, but that was late last night.
Look at you. I mean, was that between Jay and Game of Thrones? You took a couple minutes to see what was going on in the overseas markets.
I will give a shout out if you're in the chat. I'll put in Jay Soloff, who did the webinar with us last night. I'll put his Twitter in the chat. It's JSOLOFF on Twitter if you want to follow him.
I see you completely did not get to my question about why what's his relation to Kansas City and the Royals.
He grew up there.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There you go, man.
Good to know.
What else you got, man?
Well, on that topic, I'd rather have the Chiefs seal up there than the Royals, but that's me. I'm an NFL guy, but the guy who trades volatility, he's a baseball guy.
Dude, he's a numbers guy, man. You're in the numbers business. That's what baseball's all about, is numbers and calculations, man.
Absolutely
Hard
right.
to do with
Absolutely.
football.
But the company that's a big effect in China, I think 10% of their sales are actually direct to the Chinese. Down reasonably big in the pre-market, 3%. I mean, this is bigger than the market. You know, it's got an outsized move relative to the S&P this morning. So be aware of Apple. And
well, I'll tell you, I'm reading the top line news item. The EU is poised to probe the Apple over Spotify complaint. Head on a swivel. I received an email from, I've told you guys about this app I use to control my kids' devices. I've told you this before, right? It's called RPAC. And recommend it. Love it. It's $7 a month. You can control everything, all the apps, everything on the store, all the apps. And Apple has basically banned all apps that do that. So basically all parental control apps on iPhones or iPads are now deleted. Apple deleted all of them.
So whoa. I almost fell out of my chair. Are you saying you had something structured where you could completely control what your child's doing in Apple?
100%. It allowed you to block certain levels of apps based on parental, age restrictions. It also allowed you to put time limits on apps, so how long they could be on an app per day. It allowed you to limit the times that they could use certain apps. So whatever, one app that he needs for school was available from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and not available the rest of the day. Stuff like that. It allowed you full control of the device. And I also know parents, people were using it to control their own use. So you could set time limits on the amount of time you could be on Instagram, the time limits you could be on Facebook, all those sort of things.
You're saying adults have to self-medicate their
they do.
addiction?
I mean, you want this, right? You want that functionality, right? Well, Apple has banned that, and it's incredible. And, I am not somebody who likes monopolistic practices. This is a monopolistic practice. They are selling it as a security concern. It is not a security concern. It is a monopolistic practice. They are deleting all of these in order that they be the only ones who have parental controls on the phone, and their parental controls suck. There's no way to limit your screen time. Yeah.
You can't use that word on
Suck.
our
Come on,
podcast,
man.
YouTube.
It's with an S, man. Yes, I can use it. And I'm calling out Apple. I recommend everybody begin calling them out. This is unacceptable. This type of practice is completely unacceptable. They want to control the device completely, meaning they don't want you limiting your screen time.
Wait, did they kick out Spotify too? Is that why?
No. This is Spotify's a little bit different complaint, but it's it's along the same lines. But I won't get into the Spotify one because I don't know enough about it. But I'm just letting everybody know about this privacy concern.
That doesn't stop you from commenting on anything else.
And it is a monopolistic practice. It is a monopolistic practice, plain and simple. And they don't want you limiting your screen time. Simple. Try to use their screen time limitation tools on the phone. They suck. They can't. You have no ability to really do anything. And they're trying to sell it as a security concern. It is not. And it's BS, man. It's BS. Calling out Apple, man. Got to call them out.
That went in a direction that I had no idea it was going to go. I was just going to mention that the great Warren Buffett is talking about Apple in glowing terms this morning and says you must buy on any price dip. So it's actually interesting. I mean, they've set aside almost $70 billion or something to buy shares. You know,
I mean, maybe good for the investor long term, not good for the company long term, in my opinion. That sort of stuff. I mean, it's good for you making money if you own the stock. I mean, I like, as a business, who doesn't like Apple? I like Apple too. But boy, that money could be deployed to try out other businesses in such a more effective means. I mean, just look at the success Google's having right now. How much success would they be having if they didn't throw out money and buy companies? Apple should be in a buying spree, man.
Well, a lot of investors aren't happy with Google because they're not giving you really any guidance on the companies they've bought and what they actually add to which is, that is the rub, right? I mean, the more you promote your decisions to Wall Street, maybe the less interested you are as a company in growth. Could be. I mean, they're two sides.
I mean, are you more bullish on Apple if they buy, if they buy back $30 billion in shares, or if they buy Twitter? Snap.
I'd be more interested in Apple buying that app rather than just.
That's what I'm talking about. Actually reaching out and playing into some spaces that they're not in.
And get in. I mean, really, that's what Facebook and Google have done so well.
Right. And what was the last nice Apple acquisition? Beats headphones?
Wait, I thought it was
really
Beat Farms.
No, it was Beat
we already
Box.
went through this.
We're going to call it Beat Box. It's home delivery of fresh veggies. That was a good name, though.
It is amazing. Absolutely.
All right, we've diverted too far afield. But hey, everybody, nobody, even you socialists out there should not be interested in monopolistic practices, and we need to call Apple out on this thing, man.
Which wasn't what I was looking at. I was looking at Apple from a bullish standpoint and getting into some Apple credit call spreads on this sell-off if there were some opportunities. Actually, that's the bearish.
Jake is hitting us up. This was talked about actually last night on the webinar. UVXY. He's saying credit spreads on UVXY will be a play following today's pop.
There you go. I mean, look at the chameleons bringing the heat.
Bringing
the absolute heat.
Yep.
So, anyways, there are some opportunities in Apple if you want to take today and maybe step in and get a little bullish and not buy the stock. There's some credit put spreads available there as well.
Yep.
So, last thing I was going to look at, I was just taking a peruse at Can It Be Growth. It was mentioned also in last night's episode.
Yep.
Earnings haven't been confirmed yet, but it looks like it's going to be within this expiration here. just be aware. It hasn't traded long enough, so there aren't really any breakdowns of the earnings or any. Well, they do have some opportunities to strike, but I mean, you can see it's 3 of 4, 3 of 3. There just isn't a lot of data here. I love that we now have
Jake's
the
saying he
calendars.
loves CGC. I said, whoa, scary, guys. Scary. Head on a swivel, man.
Wait, loves it.
He loves
from a
it.
bullish standpoint?
He writes, yes, CGC equals great play. Careful, guys. Careful.
Careful is the bottom line. You always have to be careful.
Got to be careful. Be
I
smart.
wonder why I like CGC so much better than TLRY. Or maybe like some both. I don't know.
Maybe the whole space. Maybe the whole space, man. Maybe
Well, they
just
both
buy
have
the
some.
ETF.
Buy the weed ETF.
WEED. I see Disney up there. You popping up something in Disney there?
Well, it's earnings, and that's one where you can really, dig down into the earnings because it's got a lifetime of earnings. So we got a lot of data on earnings, but it comes out on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 300 companies. We're coming, almost through the earnings cycle. We got another big week. Disney's in play on Wednesday. I just did a look at the Disney, what type of opportunities there were, and there's still some things to look to put on. Diagonal put spread, sell the at the money near term option, buy the out term. 3 of the last
Diagonals.
5.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
Well, it's because it's a new feature. We
Really?
love these features on the Chameleon. Yeah. So full analysis now. You're looking at calendar spreads.
Man, I heard about these things too. It's killer, man.
Yeah, that's a great new feature, and there are your opportunities in Disney. I thought I'd give everyone a look.
Everyone a look. Jake's saying, well, the reason he's not into TLRY is because it's a simple pump and dump. Easy, guys. Pump and
Look
dump,
at
man.
Jake. Well, I will say, to Jake's point,
Yeah.
their CEO was out there a lot, and I know there's all sorts of shenanigans with other companies owned, and so it could very well be there.
Yep.
And that's we should maybe have Jake on.
Well, Jake's not so sold on the diagonal put spread for now. He's going to give it some time. Like everything, guys, you got to be smart. You got to be be careful out there, man. Guys, there's the disclaimer. Be careful out there. You don't just see something new and jump right in. You dip your toe in. See how it works. Go slow. Right, brother?
You could paper trade it for all I care.
Paper trade it, man. See how it goes. Anyway, if you're on the Chameleon today, thanks for joining us. Click the subscribe button, top right-hand corner. Follow along with the data analytics we're using. You get it for 7 days, absolutely free. We're probably going to have another webinar this week, so join up, and you can join our premium webinars for free. It's one of the great services we offer. And if you are on YouTube, or as Will calls it, the YouTube, click that subscribe button, tick that bell. Have a great day trading, everybody.
Ding. Be safe out there, chameleons.
Later.